First of all, on behalf of Prophecy and Truckers B2B, I want to thank everyone for joining. We're very excited at the number of fleets that signed up for today's webinar, and hopefully you'll all take away something from it that perhaps you weren't aware of before. So we'll go ahead and get started, and I would like to introduce Ian McDougall from Prophecy Transportation Software. He will be conducting today's webinar, so I will turn it over to the expert. Thanks, Ian.
Okay, Danielle, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Just so you all know, I've muted everyone that has logged on. We will be having an open question and answer session at the end. We just find it a lot easier. As we're going along, instead of having people, they may need to put us on hold, and then background music comes on and all that kind of stuff. So this is just to save a little bit of audio interference that tends to happen. But thanks a lot, Danielle. I'm really looking forward to going through this, and I know Truckers B2B and Prophecy have been in communication and helping each other out for many years now, and I think this is actually the first webinar that we've done to help talk about Prophecy software, as well as talking about pitfalls in the industry, and just really excited about this opportunity to share with everybody. At the end of the draw, just so you all know, that is when we'll be doing the draw for the iPad mini. I'm sure that's not your sole motivation for being on here, but either way, that'll be done at the end. So let's get started here. So first off, I want to start by playing a common video that some of you may have already looked at before to get signed on with the program. So I'm going to play this video. The audio may be a little tough to hear, but other than that, it's a really, really great thing of what we see with other people in the industry and common things that people are going through.
Loads the goods onto a truck, drives the truck from point A to point B, drops off the goods, and that's all she wrote. Couldn't be easier, right? Yeah, except that there's all the dispatching, hours on the phone with customers, last-minute load changes, keeping track of drivers and equipment. You have to tell 5 different people 5 separate times if anything changes, so no one drops the ball. Then there's managing resource assignments, fuel tax reporting, tracking hours of service, freight billing, keeping the regulation watchdogs happy, and on and on and on. So yeah, it's about as easy as planning a full-scale military invasion. And here's the craziest part. You're doing all of this manually with a whiteboard, a phone, and QuickBooks or some other accounting system, and lots of paper. Double high five for you. But seriously, imagine if you didn't have to do it all manually. What if there was a simpler, affordable, and more efficient way to run things and take your operation to the next level? Guess what? There is. Called Prophecy. Prophecy is a transportation software solution that's as natural to use as a whiteboard, and it streamlines every part of your business. There's a single point of data entry. As soon as you punch something in, it shoots out through your whole company in real time, which means no more "I forgot to update the whiteboard" mishaps, or having to re-enter info in multiple locations. It automates the fun stuff like fuel tax and hours of service reporting, so all the regulation watchdogs stay happy. And it integrates with QuickBooks, Great Plains, and most other accounting software, which rocks since you're probably using one of them already. All of Prophecy's solutions are modular, which means you only get what you need. So if you're an LTL or truckload carrier, maybe you just need X. Or if you're a broker or 3PL, maybe you need X and Z but not Y. You get it. Here's the deal. Prophecy can make every part of your operation, from load planning to lane analysis, from shipping status to DOT rules, way easier and way more efficient. Here's the other deal. When you use Prophecy, you don't just get a new system. You also become a member of the Excelos Supply Chain Management community, which puts you in touch with manufacturers and shippers across the country and gives you credibility as a reliable, organized fleet. So basically, using Prophecy means you can start growing your business and start using your whiteboard for something fun. Learn more at mile.com or give us a call at 800-776-6706.
Okay, everyone, so that was really just an introduction to our program. We actually had the same people that were with Google present that video for us. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Prophecy and Excelos before I get started into TMS software. Prophecy's been around for over 20 years, and has provided the most comprehensive suite of shipping and trucking softwares in the industry. The products are state-of-the-art, they're easy to use, really, really easy to implement, and they've been designed to work as a standalone as well as a full TMS position. Excelos, which is our parent company, they were acquired by Prophecy Transportation in 2008, and Prophecy is now a part of the leading supply chain management software, which we also have 3PL solutions, warehouse management solutions, and we're growing rapidly as we speak. So let's talk about common pitfalls and misconceptions about having a software and a TMS software. Most people, it was funny with the registrants, what we found is that most of you are using pen and paper, Excel, maybe QuickBooks, the dry erase board, maybe you're paying people to do your fuel tax, and that's very, very common in what we find in the industry for companies between the 2 and really 20 trucks in the industry. A lot of you probably don't have a program that's integrating with your QuickBooks right now, or maybe you're just using QuickBooks, and that's fine too. A lot of people aren't able to keep track of their expiration dates, and that really frustrates people for services for their trucks, for services for their drivers with medicals and different things like that. Well, having a TMS software in place will definitely help out with all these things. A common reason that people of our size and of your size companies don't have a software in place is because you have the conception that, hey, you know what, we're too small of a company or TMS softwares are too expensive. And that's no longer true. There are much larger server-based softwares out there that have much, much bigger price tags, but we've created a program that's the proper size for all of you and the proper price point too. And this will stop you guys from having ineffective customer service within the company. So, Prophecy on Demand, and I'm going to take about 10 minutes to go through and show you guys the actual program. But what it does is it helps make your businesses a lot more easier to run. It's simply, you can work, it gives you more flexibility, you can actually take a vacation now, makes you guys run more effective. You won't have to have paperwork strewn all over your desk and sticky pads all over your computer to remind you of things. You won't have to carry your notepads all with you and your briefcase full of paperwork with you wherever you go. It's web-based, so you guys will have access to it from wherever you have access to the internet. And a great thing with our pricing model of the program is that it's pay-as-you-go too. So there's a one-time setup fee of a small amount, and then it's monthly payments along the way. You're also able to gain a competitive advantage with the program, so you're able to understand your business a lot better. You'll know where your pros and where your cons are and where you can improve. Our program will also help you guys out by making things much more efficient. So let's dive in and show you guys exactly how the program will work, and I'll just do a brief overview of that. So as I said before, the program is web-based, so you guys will have access to this from wherever you have access to the internet. Every person will get their own username and login, and once they get logged into the program, there's the landing page, and this will just give us updates of everything on how it works. The security section here, this is where the company profile goes, where our customers are able to actually get logged in and set up their own logo into the program and set up their specific settings for their company. The maintenance section, this is where they'll go ahead and create their lists in the program, and this is where they'll be able to keep track of their databases of, let's say, customers. Once they enter in their customers into the program, there's a whole whack of details that they can enter in there. We also are able to enter in your drivers. So with the drivers, this is great because you may pay your drivers by percentage, by mile, flat rates. Well, however it is, you can actually set that up for each of your drivers so that you'll be able to calculate how you pay your drivers for each of the loads. You'll also be able to enter in your expiration details, as I mentioned before. This is just a list that I've created as it's a test account, but you can enter in to keep track of when their fuel cards expire, when their medical, driver's license, and then it'll notify you to let you know that. This is also where you'll enter in your truck profiles into the program. And once you enter in a truck, this is where you're able to set up all your expiration details for your trucks. Again, the due dates or due on how many miles it will take for when you want it to come up and let you know that it needs to be a new service or a new sticker on a plate or whatever it might be. Again, the program is great because it's customizable to your company. You decide what you want added to this list here or created to this list, and you can enter it in there to keep track of it. So once you get everything initially entered into the program, the data entry side of things, that's probably the most difficult part of the program when you're first getting started. Once you get everything entered in, you'll spend the majority of your time in the order browser section. The great thing is that we deal with companies of all different sizes, all different kinds. This is geared specifically to the smaller size trucking companies. So we know it'll work for you. All these columns are sortable just by clicking on them. You can right-click columns, hide columns, add columns, change the size, make it customizable to how you guys want to have it look. We've actually just added a color coordination feature to help you notify things based on color for statuses. If you're typically used to dealing with the same orders or loads over and over again, you're able to multiple copy the orders so that you don't have to go ahead and re-enter them into the system each time. You'll go ahead and enter an order into the system. You'll enter in the customer. You'll enter in where they're being picked up and delivered. You'll enter in all the details for the order. And then you'll also go ahead and enter in the rates of what you're charging your customers for the order. Sometimes, now not very often, do trucking companies need to create a bill of lading. If you did need to do so, you're able to do that. The program's great because there's reports that pop up right within the program anywhere. So you'll see here now this is a bill of lading. We can also create an order report to send to your customers. Sometimes you'll need to send something to your customers to have them sign off on it to agree on the order. And this is what it would look like here. You can email this or you can print it off right from the program here. The next step to it is that you would add a driver to the order. Now by adding a driver to the order, you can have a look and see, okay, where's my most recent truck, trailer, and driver based on where my pickup location is to be able to match to find out who I want to send out on that load. Once I do that, then I can send them a report to let them know where they need to be picking up and where they need to be delivering the order. And that's right here. So again, it'll have your company information right here. It'll show where you're going to be picking it up, where your driver's going to be delivering it, and going from there. Once a driver calls you to let you know that you've picked up the order or that they've picked up the order, then you would highlight the pickup location, select on time, and then a pop-up will come up letting them know that you've picked up the order. Now an email can automatically get sent out to your customer letting them know that you've picked up the order for them. Same with the delivery. Same with putting in check calls here. So once the load's been delivered, not only will it help your dispatchers with the day-to-day work of running the business, keeping track of what orders they have going on where the pickup and delivery statuses are for all of them, but you can also invoice from the program. So let me show you that section here. We'll say now you've received all the paperwork or your accountant's received all the paperwork for the order. Now they need to go ahead and create the invoice. You'll go up into the invoice section, compare everything in the paperwork, make sure that everything checks out okay with it. We will assume that everything does. So the next step is where you can actually upload images into the program. You can actually keep track of your PODs, bills of lading, whatever you need to do, and you can actually upload it right into the program. So you scan it to your computer and scan it to this program, and it'll stay attached to this load here. By doing this, you don't have to worry about keeping it in a filing cabinet. You don't have to worry about losing the papers. You don't have to worry about it all being stored on your computer, because what if your computer crashes, or what if you're somewhere that you aren't able to access your computer? This is web-based, so you'll have access to it wherever you have access to the internet. The next section is where we print off the invoice. So this is what your invoice will look like. You can see here, and I'll just click on print. You can print it off right from here, or you can email it right from here. It's totally up to you. It'll have your company logo, your company information, as well as who you're billing to. Also, we have the charges, where you're picking up and delivering, and then any customized terms and conditions that you'd like to have in the bottom. And then the image that we stored into the load, we can print that off too and send it off. So again, this is how you're going to be doing the invoicing with the program. The great thing about the program too, for many of you that are using QuickBooks, is that we're actually able to export all this information and import it into QuickBooks. Our training and support team are great, and they will get that set up for you when you first get started with us in the accounting section of the program. They'll integrate so that our program is communicating with your QuickBooks so that you'll be able to have everything safe and secure in there. Another section is the trip settlement section, and this is where you'll set up how to pay your drivers, whether it be by percentage or by mile, and reimbursements, deductions, all of those things. This is also where we'll keep track of the state miles for the program here. You see this will keep track of your state-by-state breakdown in the program, and all of this can be exported into our tax tally program, where you will enter in your fuel receipts. Once you enter in the fuel receipts, then it'll keep track of the quarterly reporting for you. We find a lot of companies pay other people to do it, way too much money, or they do it themselves and it's way too much of a headache for them, where this all do it nice and easily for them. Also in the program, we have a whole reporting section where you can do different reports based on expiration dates. You can do your payroll settlement reports. You can do profitability reports for your customers as well. This is just a great way to help you manage your business and run the business more efficiently. You can also set up pricing matrices for your customers. You can also set up different mileage options and run different mileage points for your customers too, to get an idea of how many miles it's going to be and then specific rates. Obviously, when people are using our program, they have a lot of questions along the way, and that's why we have our training and support. We have our training videos in the program where people can learn at their own pace. We also have a full documentation and user manual in the program where they can learn step-by-step how-tos. But our training people will contact you when you first get set up with us, so that each time they'll contact you, schedule a training, and go through stages to help you grow and learn how to use the program. Once you're on your way with it, it's very rare that we'll even hear from you, just because you guys have become pros with the program because of how easy it is to use. So that's really how easy our program is, the meat and the potatoes of it. Again, the biggest thing, everyone, is to get organized with your business and to make things a lot more easier and a lot more acceptable and accessible within your company. So does anyone have any questions or anything like that? I'm going to open it up to everybody here. With this, if you can go ahead and raise your hand, there should be an option for you to do that, or make a chat question and I'll be able to help you out, okay? After any questions are done, then I will be able to do the draw, and then we can go from there. Anyone with any questions?
Ian?
Yes. Chris?
Yes, sir. What kind of mobile device does this integrate with, if any, or how do you tie those two together?
Yeah, at this point we don't have any plans with integration yet with any mobile programs. If you're looking for something specifically with mobile, we actually have a cloud TMS software that would definitely help out with that. So if you're interested, Chris, I can get you forwarded on to that, no problem.
Okay, Ian, thank you.
Okay, in terms of pricing for our program, It's pretty straightforward as well. There's a one-time setup fee of $190. The first user is $99 a month, and then each additional user is $49 a month. Also, in terms of that, we with Truckers B2B, we have an agreement for all of you as members is that you get a 10% discount on your monthly rates. So that's a huge benefit that you guys have as being already Truckers B2B members. Any other questions you guys have? Everyone's just waiting to get the free iPad mini draw to see who wins that. Okay, if there's no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and pull a draw here. I just need to mute everyone up. And Danielle, I have you unmuted still, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the draw. And the draw is Joel Green. So Joel, are you with Truckers B2B by any chance?
No, I'm not.
Okay, great. Congratulations, man. What company are you with? Or I mean, we have their information, don't we, Danielle?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Joel. Thanks a lot for taking the time, and thank you, everyone, for taking the time to take a look at this. And anything you'd like to add at all, Danielle?
Joel, what company did you say you're with? Because I didn't see you.
E&A Supply.
Okay, I was going to say I didn't see you on the sign-up, so you must have signed up at the last minute. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, we had it in a couple days ago. We never got it. We redid it again today.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, definitely on behalf of Truckers B2B, we appreciate everyone's time. We definitely appreciate the partnership we've had with Prophecy for over 11 years now. We've been aligned with them because we do feel that their software is the best solution for the small and medium-sized fleets. So if you have any questions or want to talk any further, feel free to call into Truckers B2B or contact Prophecy directly.
Great. Thanks a lot, Danielle. Thanks a lot, everybody, for getting set up and having a look at the program. And obviously, this is the way that you guys can make your life easier and a lot more organized and save you guys time and money and run more efficiently. Thanks again, everybody. Take care. And like Danielle said, any questions you had,